What if I told you your computer is smart enough to remember what you use the most just to save time? Hi, I'm Quist, and today we are diving into one of the smartest components in a computer, cache memory. So, what exactly is cache memory? Cache is a small block of high-speed memory that sits close to the CPU. Its job is simple. Store frequently used data and instructions so the CPU doesn't always have to go looking for them in a slower round. Imagine reaching out for your favorite pen or your favorite text instead of digging through your whole drawer. That's how cache memory works for your processor. Why do we use cache memory? Now, without cache memory, your CPU would have to wait longer for data from your RAM. And we all know, in tech, every millisecond counts. So, every cache memory helps your system run faster, smoother, and smarter. Now, let's dive into the types of cache memory. Cache memory is organized into levels. We have the L1 cache, L2 cache, and the L3 cache. The L1 cache is the fastest and smallest, built directly into the processor core. And the L2 cache is larger, slightly lower, and still close to the CPU. And lastly, the L3 cache is even bigger, shared between cores, but slower than the L1 and L2. So, each level acts like a filter. If the data isn't in L1, then it checks L2. If it's not in L2, then it checks L3. And finally, if it's not in L3, then only then does it go to the main memory. Now, let's talk about two important terms, cache hits and cache miss. For the cache hits, the CPU finds the data it needs in the cache, fast and smooth. But for the cache miss, the data isn't in the cache, so it has to fetch it from the RAM, which takes much more time. And too many cache misses have slower performance. Now let's talk about why it matters. Why cache memory matters. Cache memory is everywhere, in your laptops, your phone, even in your gaming consoles. It makes sure your apps, games, and files load faster. In fact, the speed of your CPU is only as good as how fast it can access memory. And that's why cache memory matters. Now, you know why cache memory is like a cheat code for speed. It may be small in size, but it is huge in impact. So, if you learned something new today, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And also, what part of your computer do you want me to break down next? Remember, brick by brick, we build tech. See you in the next one. Goodbye.